is in
Correct.
semifinals, right? Okay,
Correct.
so this is going to be really cutthroat.
Super cutthroat between these two teams. Best of three. TSG versus Holy Pally God Comp. Here we go.
Five, four, three, two, one. Blast off! All right, you go, man.
Blackjeff and Revo immediately running in to try to get something going. Looks like they're trying to get onto Elite. Blackjeff going to grip him in and asphyxiate him. Blackjeff looks like the target of choice right now. Actually already using that AMS, catches that Iron Bar before Dannycarry goes into the Deep Freeze Ring of Frost, but he's getting chunked down. They're switching over onto Revo, who's caught into that disarm, and now Dannycarry's caught into a full fear. Revo having to use Enraged Regeneration as well as his parry there, and Dannycarry's still not out of CC, caught into the silence. Blackjeff and Revo getting chunked down so hard. Dannycarry has a lot of catch up to do, but he's going to pop that Vigil, get out those extra powerful hots onto Revo and Blackjeff, and is going to be able to top them off.
Yeah, Recklessness coming out from Revo onto Elite. It would appear he does get life gripped a little bit away. DR'd Stormbolt. Revo gets hodged on his Recklessness. Ice Nova come in. Dannycarry dispels. He trinkets. He throws the Cenarian Ward up to give Revo a little bit more time here. He's running out of defensive cooldowns, and he's running out quick. He only has the Rallying Cry and his trinket left to his name. Elite's positioned far in the center of the map, and he's standing in the center, so that way Revo is in the center as well, and they can just tee off on him. He's going to Heroic Leap onto Rosita, but he's still stuck in the open. Jeff's going onto Rosita as well, trying to lock down some of the CC. Clones coming out from Danny onto Khryl is not going to be too disruptive. Asphyxiate onto Elite, cross stun onto Khryl, Blade Storm comes out. He has the Iron Bark to stay offensive. Pillar of Frost getting blown. They're trying to burst here. They're split DPSing onto Khryl and Rosita. Revo's going to unfortunately get stunned up there with a silence onto Danny. Won't be able to dispel it, and Rosita's feeling the pressure from Jeff though at 30%. Saved by the Light's going to proc. The TSG is kind of stabilizing here. They're swapping to Jeff though. He's got to be careful. He doesn't have AMS. He has the Death Pact. He's going to use that, top himself off. He should be okay.
Yeah, Dannycarry finally out of CC, so should be able to top off Blackjeff unless Rosita and Khryl can somehow get him in some more CC. Rositajonez getting chunked down though. The sack comes out from Elite onto Rositajonez. He does get caught into that asphyxiate on his wings, but now that he's out of CC, he should be able to easily chop Rositajonez off with the few casts. Blackjeff under a lot of pressure, hovering around 60% HP. Dannycarry still not caught into any CC, but eventually he's going to Rositajonez will push in to get that deep sheep. Revo now get chunked down. He only hot he has is rejuve, and he's getting hit so hard. He doesn't have any defensive cooldowns except his rage regen. He does pop that. Dannycarry's still not out of CC. He has no trigger for another 29 seconds. But now that he's finally out, he's able to get those heals out onto Revo, and I think he might end up surviving. He does get caught into the Deep Freeze of Full Fear of Hodge. Never mind. He has no trinket for this Hodge. He could be in a lot of trouble. The Devouring Plague comes out, the Polymorph coming out onto Dannycarry, the Iron Bark, Rallying Cry, and Parry coming out from Revo, though. He should survive, and that was a lot of cooldowns.
Yeah, Danny's Trinket's going to come up here, which is his saving grace and his nature's swiftness, but Blackjeff's popping the Pillar of Frost, trying to burst Rosita. Elite's going to Execution Sentence to answer that burst. Rosita gets locked on the poly on that deep. He's going to retreat. Revo leaps in, playing aggressive even with nothing left in the tank. This guy is crazy. He's connecting onto Rosita here. He's just building up the icicles for the next assault. Danny gets silenced with the Hodge overlap. Blackjeff's getting owned. He's going to have to AMS at 40%. Now they can swap over to Revo. He Blade Storms to try and avoid getting stunned. Elite's going to get Asphyxiate. Revo's line of sighting with the Cenarian Ward. It's going to pick him up, but now Blackjeff getting swapped to Danny in a full fear. Devouring Plague gets thrown up. He's running out of cooldowns. He could just go down through Icebound Fortitude at 17%. Danny into the full poly, 22%, 12%, barely staying alive. He's gonna go down. And Rosita and Khryl are everywhere, man. Those swaps just are killer.
Yeah, killer indeed. So the very first map's gonna go to Mage. Mage's transmog is fabulous. I thought that Revo was going to die for sure, but they can swap it over wherever. They get defensive cooldowns efficiently. Dannycarry just going through that CC chain. There it is. Alright guys, let's see. So it is now the TSG's turn to choose a map. I feel like they're probably going to choose something a bit smaller than the Grand Arena. And but are they going to be capable of going on, say, like Elite? Or are they going to have to kill a DPS?
I think it's going to be really hard for them to let Rositajonez spam cast Frostbolt, let Khryl spam cast all his spells as well, and also gives them infinite mobility to go and get CC on Dannycarry. So just leaving a Shadow Priest and a Mage free to do whatever they want is it'll put them in a really hard position.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next map that they chose is not going to be Ruins of Lodron, but instead Dalaran Sewers. So, alright, I'll see you guys in there in just one hot minute.
Uno momentos, por favor. No, is that not good?
Sounds good. Oh, we're done. Okay, so welcome back, everybody, to Dalaran Sewers. This is a best of 3. Don't forget, this isn't the semifinals. This is to determine who goes to the semifinals. We have Holy Pally God Comp versus TSG with the Restoration Druid, and this is their map choice. The TSG's map choice. This is Dalaran Sewers, a smaller map. But I don't know. That was a kind of a convincing win, in my opinion, for this Holy Pally God Comp. This TSG is going to have to change something up to take a win off of these guys.
Yeah, Dalaran's. Oh. It eventually was going to happen. It's inevitable.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't know what they can do, though. I mean, Rosita and Khryl just basically swapping on hots. Dannycarry getting caught into these very long CC chains, and if someone doesn't have hots, it's hard for them to survive. They have to get through to rotate their defensive cooldowns so quickly. They are starting off on Blackjeff, who does have full hots at the moment. Revel also has hots, but Rosita's going to try to push in, gets cycloned up there by Dannycarry, I think, or maybe it was stolen by Blackjeff. He immediately trinkets that to try to get polymorph onto Dannycarry. Does get defrozen into the full fear. Blackjeff taking a little bit of damage right now. He's going to respond with that AMS, but doesn't look like they have too much follow for Dannycarry, and Rositajonez getting chunked down right now, down to 26% HP, taking so much damage from Blackjeff and Revo. The Save by the Light procking onto him, but Blackjeff has no AMS. The Ironbark coming out from Dannycarry right now. He has that Vigil up. You're going to have really powerful hots on Blackjeff, and Blackjeff and Revo are both going to be stabilized to basically do whatever they want to Rositajonez at this point. Rositajonez blinks and falls off the side, but Dannycarry caught into that full fear, and now it looks like they're switching over onto Revo, who has no hots. Beautiful Ring of Frost coming out from Rositajonez. Unfortunately, it barely missed onto Dannycarry there, but the full silence coming out from Khryl onto Revel, and he has to use his parry as well as his Rage Regen. He might just die through. The Rallying Cry coming out, and that's everything except Dannycarry's Trinket. That's all they have left to survive, and he's still not out of the woods yet. Finally, all the hots coming in from Dannycarry. Rallying Cry is going to fade, but he's going to survive.
Yeah, it's still at 64%. Danny desperately trying to top him off so they can go offensive again. Kryl's in Spectral, guys. Looks like he wants to go for a fear. Dannycarry's running away in stag form, but Kryl's in hot pursuit. Lands the full fear onto him. Elite can set up with a Hodge or Polymorph as well out from Rositajonez. I think it's going to be a Hodge. Elite's moving for it. They're going to Hodge him. They're going to swap to him. He's going to Barkskin immediately down below here. Revo's trying to get over to help. Kryl's going to get Storm Bolted and save Danny for now. Denounce is still flying in. Recklessness and Pillar of Frost being used at the same time here onto Rosita. Big burst incoming. A bash onto Elite. 50% HP remaining on Rosita. He's got to be careful. Saved by the Light's going to proc. They're shredding through it with those offensive cooldowns. They're going to force the first block here 2 minutes into the game.
That was a beautiful grip by Blackjeff, pulling Rositajonez back, not letting him connect on Dannycarry on their swap there. Khryl getting pulled back, attempting to fear Dannycarry, so another beautiful grip by Jeff. The deep freeze coming out onto Dannycarry. It looks like they're going to swap over onto him as well. Some hots coming in. Caught into the DR Hodge. He doesn't have Barskin or Ironbark available. The silence coming out. He does have his trinket, but he trinketed into that full silence, and he could just go down. 10% HP, 5% HP. He's going to get death. He's in bear form at 1%, and Lance comes in from Rositajonez to finish him off, and that's going to be 2-0 for Mage's Mog is fabulous.
There it is. That is going to be the advancement of Mage's Mog is fabulous, as this is only a best of 3. So, shout out to Placeholder Name. This TSG did a phenomenal job. They definitely showed their colors, but they are going to be knocked out by a very good team. So, nothing to be ashamed of at all whatsoever. So, now